Today was a powerful Reiki session with Kim. Before I got on the table, we talked for about an hour, and I released a lot of grief, looked at joy, looked at hope. It was basically an alchemic hour conversation before I got on the table, which then prepared me for what came next. Kim put the music on and started doing Reiki, and it was a 3-part vision. In the first part of the vision, I was in a cocoon. Like I just knew I was inside of this cocoon. I just knew it. And it was on my side and it was white and it had kind of a paper mache texture and gossamer. And it started to open. It just like opened. And I could see out this beautiful twilight sky that was deep purple and deep blue and some black and twinkly stars, and it had kind of like a Van Gogh Starry Night gray swirl, just one, kind of fading. And I was me as Hayden, and I knew I was on another planet. It wasn't Earth. And it was just this beautiful twilight, and I'm in this majestic cocoon. And then the second part of the vision, it looks like a cliff, like this. And up on the cliff is like little cartoon me with fairy wings and a crown, like a fairy flower crown. And I'm getting ready to fly. I'm getting ready to fly. The image reminded me of Blowing Rock, North Carolina. There's a big sign when you get there of a cliff and the guy floating back up. The wind carried him back up. And the message over and over and over was trust that you can fly. Trust that you can fly. Trust that you can fly. Just over and over and over. And I knew I could, and there was still that fear. Like when I've gone to climb Nashville and done like the gentle wall of, I mean, it's pretty high, but if you fall, you kind of like slowly float back down. That's how the ropes are. It's not like there's somebody at the bottom waiting to catch you. And when I've gone before, like I know that will happen, but I'm still just like not wanting to let go, because like, what if it doesn't happen for me? What if I'm like the one person that like slams to the ground? It's kind of like that same hesitancy, but the message was just trust it, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly, trust it, trust it, trust it. Third part of the vision is now this beautiful, majestic forest at twilight, and these huge, huge trees, and like this soft moss, and like these rounded, huge boulders. It was very magical, and it was twilight again, and I could see this hamster on the ground of this majestic forest in a cage. The bottom of it was very 1980s. The bottom of it was this bright orange plastic, and then it had the white bars on the side, and it was just going over and over and over in the wheel, just hamster running on the wheel. And it was like the loop that we can get into in our minds with these thoughts, just going over and over and over. And we all do it. And then the hamster was out of the cage, and I was like, his point of view, like looking up into this huge forest. Of course, it's extra big because you're just little, and just taking it all in, and then right back in the cage, and again on the wheel, on the wheel, on the wheel. But this time, started outgrowing the cage and expanding like a balloon, like a hamster balloon, like just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it like popped out of the cage and transformed into this huge, like muscle strong white horse. And the message there was, the horse has been you all along. The horse has always been in you, always. And I found it so beautiful that it's the year of the horse. It was very powerful. It was very like the mice in Cinderella when they become the horses. But that's what it reminded me of. But that wasn't the message. It was like, the horse has always been in you, always. So it's just really powerful what can happen when we dare to be vulnerable and authentic. And I just wrap this vision around me, and I'm so grateful. And I share this because we can all do this. It's within all of us, this form of healing. So cheers to Kim.